What is going on, everybody? It's Jack, and we're here with part 3 of the New England Patriots ebook out of the Gun Y-Off Trips Pats. Today we're going to be starting the audibles section of the guide. So the setups are going to be a lot less because the audibles are really more specific to certain matchups and certain things. So we're going to get right into it. The first play, and the only play we're going to go over today, is going to be curl flats. Curl flats is by default in your audible, so you don't even have to worry about like setting audibles or anything like that. Curl flats is always going to be there. Now the base play has 2 curls, a nice little post, and 2 flats. Now one of the cool things is, again, with this offense, you want to stretch the field horizontally and then vertically. So the flat routes are already there for you, and the post route is a nice route over the middle. The curl routes are the odd man out here, and we're going to get rid of them pretty much every time. So you're going to hot route, which is going to be obviously triangle or Y, depending on your console, and it's going to be X or square and just up on the left stick or up on the right stick. You can put them on a fade. That's really up to you. But that's going to give you a nice streak up the seam, depending on if they're running like a nickel blitz or something like that, where you get a nice little opening there for a high ball or a really quick pass right down the middle. And then you're going to drag B, which is also circle, on PlayStation, and it's going to be a basic setup like this. So again, you're going to look to the flats, you're going to look to the drag, and if you have enough time, or if the post gets open, because again, if they run nickel blitz, the post might get open or something like that, you can hit the post, the streak. It just gives you a lot of nice little options, a lot of quick hitting options, so you're not really going to hold on to the ball too long, which is why this play becomes used quite often, because if your opponent's sending pressure, this play is a nice way to kind of get out of that and force them to play a little bit more coverage. And you're also going to be able to exploit their user with the streak and the post and the drag. They can't cover all 3, and if they do, they are probably using the Calvin Johnson in Mutt, which is a completely different animal. But again, you should still be able to exploit them regardless. So I'm just going to run it one time just so you can kind of see. Drag's open over the middle. You're going to take the drag, and that's about 5-6 yards, maybe 8. And that's really all you got to do. Now, the other setup and a half, I should say, is going to involve motion. And it's going to involve motioning the slot wide receiver again, because that's sort of the whole point of my offense, is that motion of the slot wide receiver. Keep in mind, you can block the halfback or the tight end. It doesn't really matter. And it's not really hash mark specific either, except for that table route does get open better on the short side of the field. So if you do want to run this play to make it as efficient as possible, I recommend making sure your halfback is on the short hash mark. But other than that, it doesn't really make a difference. You can run it either way, which is kind of the nice thing. Now, there are 2 motions that you can do with the slot wide receiver. The first one is the traditional run him all the way across and wait for him to get past that wide receiver and snap it. And then you just kind of make your read. If it's a high-low, Kamara. It's a high-low with the corner route and the flat route, and it's pretty much whoever gets open, you throw it to. But the other option, which is to make a sail concept, which is kind of like something like out of a split close halfback wheel. If you guys know that play, obviously, that's a very popular play as well. Or something like pass curl flats out of the Patriots gun bunch. You can snap it between the wide receiver on the left and the left tackle when he's motioning, which would look something like this. And you just snap it, and you wait, but nobody's getting open here. And I'm just going to take off with Drew Brees. But that's another way to run it. Again, a lot of people are really good at covering sail now because it's such a common route combination, but it does give you a nice option to run it regardless of what formation you're in, because this is obviously the formation that we are running in this guide. But that's going to do it for me and for the first audible, which would be curl flats out of the Y-Off Trips Pats. Make sure you guys follow all those socials right down below, and hit me up on Twitter, comment section if you guys have any questions or kind of concerns, kind of what you're looking at. But we got part 4 coming out tomorrow. I believe that is another one of the pass plays. I'm not entirely sure what I have lined up. But until next time, guys, I'm out.